So looking at number six is slightly more complicated because it tells us that half of the college grads are married. So it gives us the probability on married. That's 0.6, shouldn't be there. 72%. Graduate students are 42%. Half of these are married. So that means half of these are married. So I know the overlap is 22 since half of 44 is 22. Now that I've got my overlap, I can fill in the rest of my Venn diagram. Okay, since 22 and 50 make that 72 right here, and then 22 and 22 give us that 44 for graduate students. And now I can answer the questions. Neither is married nor in college, so that's going to actually end up being what's left over. So when you add all of these up, remember you want your total rectangle to always equal 100%. So if I add all those up, what remains still is a 6% right here. So we still have 6% that are neither. The probability of being married but not a college graduate student, that's yet 50%. The probability of being married or a graduate student, we just add all of these numbers up inside of our Venn diagram, and that gives us 94. Next question asks about sick kids. So the wording on this is pretty tough to kind of work around, but basically the probability of getting a fever is 0.7, is 70%, sorry, and the probability of being sick is 30%. So this should be like that. This should be like that. Sorry about that. The probability then of having a fever and a sore throat is going to get you these two numbers here. There is an and, so I multiply and I end up with 21%. The last problem asks about cars. So 20% of cars that are inspected have faulty pollution systems. Okay, so again, I start by just putting in these probabilities. 20% have faulty ones, and then of those, if you do have faulty, is a 40% chance that it's going to cost more than $100. So this wants to know that you're faulty and it costs more than $100. So I just take those two probabilities, I multiply them together, and you end up with 8%.